Hi, I'm Darlene.
I'm Gene.
We're the Roaming Retirees, and in today's video we're going to be visiting Montevideo and Colonia del Sacramento, Uruguay. I'm telling you, this is a little country with a great big personality.
Yeah, and we're not actually in Uruguay right now. We were there a couple weeks ago, so we're running about 2 weeks behind, I guess, on the videos. So if you want to know where we are exactly, you can just follow us on Instagram. That's where we keep everything up to date.
Yeah, so come with us as we explore Uruguay.
So first we're going to be exploring Montevideo. And we came across from Buenos Aires on the Boogie Bus ferry. I think I said that right. I keep wanting to call it the Boogie Bus, but it's the Boogie Bus ferry. And it took us straight in. We took the direct route all the way into Montevideo, but there is another one that will take you to Colonia del Sacramento. And it's a little cheaper, but it is about a 3-hour bus ride to get to Montevideo after you get there. So if you want to spend a little more time there, you might want to take that one. But us, because of time restraints, we only got the one that went direct.
Right. And then we got there, we stayed at the Live Smart apartments. They were about a mile from the old town. It's really conveniently located. We had shopping, we had all the major sites that were close by. We were close to Plaza Independencia.
Yeah, that was like what, a mile?
It was just 1 mile.
Yeah.
And we had the Teatro Solis and Ciudad Vieja. Everything was within that mile. So we felt like it was easy for us to walk. It was maybe 6 blocks from the grocery store. We found a disco market. And so we were really conveniently located, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
And then I think, some of the sidewalks were a little rough, going through that neighborhood. So if you have any kind of mobility issues, I'd say maybe try to get closer to the Independencia Plaza. But other than that, our location, we felt like it was pretty good. We did have 3 little restaurants, kind of just a stone's throw from our building. But we
one
never
I
ate
think
there.
was attached to them.
Yeah, one was attached to our building.
Yeah.
And we didn't eat at any of them. We actually always went uptown and ate because it really was only a couple blocks to get up to the main street.
Yeah.
So
and everybody there is kind of like Buenos Aires. They eat it late.
And we don't.
And we don't.
We just are not going to get into that habit of eating at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night. So. So we just go and we find something earlier in the day, and we usually eat probably about their late lunch or snack time. That's when we're eating our dinner, 3 o'clock. So anyway, but then as far as where we stayed, we will put a link below. It was a nice apartment. It met all of our requirements as far as convenience and necessities. It had everything that we needed in the apartment, and it was clean and nice. So we'll put a link below on that.
Yeah. So the first place we headed was Plaza Independencia.
That's the most important city square in Montevideo. And in the center of the plaza is a monument to national hero General Jose Gervasio Artigas, known as the father of Uruguayan nationhood. And below the monument is the mausoleum where his remains are kept, guarded by 2 traditional armed guards called Blandengues de Artigas that stands guard 24 hours a day. He served between 1797 and 1820. This is a beautiful tribute to an important man in Uruguayan history. Facing the square is Teatro Solis, also known as the Solis Theater, Estevez Palace, Palacio Salvo, and the Executive Tower. Let's start with the Solis Theater. It opened in 1856 and was designed by an Italian architect named Carlo Zucchi and was named after the first European explorer to land in modern Uruguay, Juan Diaz de Salas. Located in the Old City, it's a beautiful piece of historical architecture that has dramatic facade with similarities to Teatro Carlo Felice in Genoa, Italy.
It seats about 1,500 people, and it's in a horseshoe shape, so the acoustics in there were fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
They were really good. And then it opened in 1856 and serves today as for opera, ballet, concert, plays. And the hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 11 to 7, and on the weekends, 3 to 7. And you can purchase tickets for your tour for approximately $10.
That's US dollars.
Yeah.
We then move on to Estevez Palace. This is a beautiful piece of architecture in the Old Town Square. This building was completed in 1873. It served as the county seats of government from 1880 until 1985. It now functions as the executive ceremonial headquarters and is used for other official events as well. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4:45, and they give guided tours, and admission is free, which is always good. Closed on the weekends, and always check ahead because it is a government building for times because there could be holidays in there.
And the executive tower is right next door to that, and that's where the president of Uruguay does all his business. And this building houses several government offices such as the planning, the National Road Safety, Civil Service. It's a newer modern building, and it's set right next door to the palace.
Yeah, and it actually was really tall, and the corners were glass, and it was really pretty. It's a pretty building. And then finally there is beautiful Palacio Salvo. This building was completed in 1928, at one time being the tallest building in South America. It was standing at 344 feet and designed by Italian Mario Palante. This was originally intended to be a hotel, but that didn't work out, and so they ended up turning it into private residences and office space. It houses the Tango Museum as well, and the building is open Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 and Saturdays from 10 to 1, closed on Sundays.
Next, we went over and visited the Montevideo Metropolitan Cathedral. It was a church, and the origin of that church go back to Spanish colonial times.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful church.
Yeah.
I mean, these churches, when we go through them, they're just gorgeous. I mean, all of them. So,
yeah, and they started building it in like 1724.
yeah.
And it's made of bricks and stuff like that, and they completed it finally in 1740.
Well, yeah, I think it kind of went in two different eras. I think they had one church, and then they laid the groundwork for how the church is today. So I think it was two separate, like it looked one way made of brick the first time, and then I think now the new structure, how it stands today, is a neoclassical design. So I think it's almost two separate
and
things.
that one opened or was dedicated in 1804.
Yeah.
And it was dedicated to the Immaculate Conception and the patron saints of Montevideo, Philip, and James. And it contains the tomb of Archbishop Mariano Soler.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the names. I have trouble with the names, and my Spanish is that. So if I mess up the names, I apologize. And there's several other tombs in there too, of former bishops and archbishops and people who served in the cathedral.
We enjoyed seeing all the cathedrals as we travel, and that's one of the things we like to do, is to go look at the cathedrals. So just remember, when you're going into a cathedral, always be respectful and quiet while you're walking through.
Yeah, it's not a tourist trip.
It's just, and it's free. It's free to go, and they're beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
We also visited Pasitos Beach, and we took a walk along the Rambla. It's a 14-mile cement path. It's actually being considered for the UNESCO World Heritage Site status. It's a beautiful walk along the coastal waters of Montevideo. We went up and we got our picture taken at the big Montevideo sign, and there's all these little places.
There's a bunch of little cafes and stuff where you can stop and just get a drink, or you can get some lunch or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and then along the walk, they have all these little built-in benches that you can kind of sit on, and just people watch and enjoy the views. And there's a nice sandy beach. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And you can sit there from the one area of the beach, and you can see the Punta Carreras lighthouse, and I mean, it's beautiful. So I would highly recommend.
Yeah, we didn't walk all 14 miles of it.
No, we only walked maybe 2 or 3 miles of it.
Yeah.
And there is bike rentals too. So if you want to rent a bike, you can do that. I mean, it's a really nice way to spend the afternoon.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We went down there and we spent a few hours. So anyway, that was our next stop. And then the next day, we actually went to the Andes Museum, 1972. That museum is a memorial to the crash of the Uruguayan Fairchild 227 Flight 571. This was a group of Uruguayan rugby players that was traveling with their family and friends to Chile, and the airplane crashed in the Andes Mountains. 45 people were on board initially, and when they crashed, I think there was 32 survivors, and then they had I think it was day 8 or something, day 16, they had an avalanche, and 8 people more were killed in the avalanche, which is so sad. I mean, they survived this crash. And then due to the cold temperatures, because it was up in the Andes Mountains, the cold temperatures and injuries from the plane crash, they lost all but 16, I think.
Yeah.
And then 16 survivors, and then they knew they had to get out of there, and nobody was looking for them anymore. And so they ended up initially it started with 3 people left the crash site, and then one of them went back to tell the other ones, what was going on, how far it had to be. So the other 2 kept trucking along, and I think they hiked for 10 days.
10 days, yeah. They had to pass go over
several mountain ranges. It was just unbelievable, the survival that these people did. Anyway, Hollywood did make a movie about this in 1993 called Alive.
Alive, yeah.
Yeah. And we saw that movie years and years ago. I remember watching it when we were at the museum.
But it was a really good, well done museum. It had actual parts from the plane.
Video footage of people being interviewed and
the people's clothes that they actually were
It was just a
wearing.
really well done museum.
Yeah. And they have a big giant freezer there that you put you in there, and we stayed in there for 72 seconds, and it's 20 below.
Yeah.
So that's what those people lived in at night, and just to stay there for 72 seconds was enough for me.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was actually really terrible. So anyway, the cost is $8 to get in, and it's open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 3 and closed on Sundays. But we do give this a high recommendation. We think it was really worth seeing.
Yeah, it was really well done.
So go see that Andes Museum 1972. So also we're here during Carnival, and Carnival is a huge celebration event that goes from January until March, I think mid-March. And it features vibrant parades, music, and dance with significant cultural expressions like candombe and murga. We unfortunately missed the big parade, literally by a day. So that was kind of disappointing to hear.
Yeah, but there is a big museum where you can go and see kind of what the parade is, and there's people that practice there, and there are still a few.
Yeah, there's small events throughout the city.
Yeah, so we
got a little glimpse.
Yeah, just the few people that were walking through, and they're carrying their drums and they're kind of marching through.
They're dancing. And,
yeah.
So we got to see that. Anyway, but if you'd like to go to the Carnival Museum, that is what shows the history of what Carnival is. And they actually have the dancers and stuff that go there and they practice their performances. So you might get lucky and get to see some of that.
Yeah.
And that's open. It's kind of got different hours. It's open Thursday through Sunday 11 to 5. And it's closed Monday through Wednesday. So anyway, and lastly, there's a big historical arch gate that sits on the edge of Independencia Square. And That gateway is known as the Citadel Porta de la Ciudadela. I hope I said that right, because we are trying really hard to get the Spanish pronunciations correct. It's a historic structure that was part of a military fortress built by the Spanish in 1741. It's located near Plaza Independencia, and when you pass through that gateway, you enter this beautiful little cobblestone streets, and it has all these little cafes. Oh gosh, I love that.
There's a park back there.
That was my favorite part.
And that really is the entrance to take you into Old Town.
And the thing that was really great was that, I mean, they had all the artisans, they had their little booths set up and all the handcrafts, they had street performers, they had, you know, all the little vendors. They had all these little cute little places that you could go. We went and got a little cappuccino.
Yeah, got cappuccino, we got ice cream.
Yeah, we got ice cream. I mean, we went there probably 3 times while we were there.
Yeah.
You know, we really liked that area, so we kind of kept getting drawn back to it. But anyway.
And the buildings there.
Oh man, they're beautiful.
The architecture and stuff, I don't know where it comes from. Is it France? Is it
No,
Italy?
it's not. It's not.
Or is it just kind of independent of here? I'm not sure.
I think it was Portuguese and Spain, you know, that kind of had the influence there.
Could have been, but they were.
The architecture was beautiful. We loved all the. There again, it had all these wrought iron balconies and all this sculpture. It was just beautiful. So. Yeah. You know, if you go there to Montevideo, I can assure you that is a place you're going to want to linger. We just loved every part of it.
And then the next day we headed out to Colonia del Sacramento. That's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we caught the bus early in the morning as we headed out. And we went with Turl, but that's the name of the bus line, but there are several that go up there. We just took that one because it fit into our time frame and did that. So, and
it's $31 US round trip. So we didn't feel like that was bad. And it was like a 3-hour bus ride.
Yeah, each way. So
yeah. And it makes for a long day. So you want to leave early in the morning if you're doing it as a day trip like we did. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people go up there and they'll spend, 1 or 2 nights. Yeah. So, but anyway,
we just didn't have the time.
We just didn't have the time. So we just did a day trip up, and we ended up going in. I think we got up there about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And
so we started off. We were like, okay, we didn't really know where we were going. we kind of put in our little navigator as we got off of the bus. Really, it's so easy to walk. You could take an Uber to town or taxi to town, but you really don't need to unless you have mobility issues.
Yeah, you're literally talking
a few blocks,
a half a mile at the absolute most.
Yeah, so it's really easy to walk from the bus terminal, and it's right on meets right on the location of the southwest coast of Uruguay and the meeting point of Rio de la Plata River and the Atlantic Ocean. And you can look across the water, and there's Buenos Aires across the water. I mean, it's like it's got all this going on in location-wise. It's Colonia, it's one of the oldest towns in Uruguay, or is it the oldest town? It's one of the oldest or the oldest town in Uruguay. This a small town colonized by both Spanish and Portuguese. The architectural influence is there. I mean, you can see that it's 2 different kind of architectural building structures. Both countries giving it charm and character. It's been just steeped in history there.
Yeah.
I mean, this town was established in 1680. So it is absolutely just the original cobblestone streets are there, and they're still like
the original wall, the original town gate.
Yeah, everything is there. So if you go to the historic quarter, that's the oldest and most charming part of Colonia del Sacramento. it is full of the original architecture. It's got buildings that date back to the 1600s and in the early 1700s. And you'll find the Basilica of the Holy Sacrament. That is a parish that was founded in 1680. And I think that church, they built the actual structure of the church in 1810. But the parish itself, the people, that started in 1680.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like the oldest parish in Uruguayan history. And we visited the Calle de los Suspiros, aka the Street of Sighs. This is the narrow cobblestone lane, one of the oldest in the city, steeped in history, lined with centuries-old buildings that mix Portuguese and Spanish influence. So on that street, the rocks were just like, you're trying to walk up that street and you're thinking, okay, this is how they built their roads back then. And you could see with some of the roads that were built a little bit later, they were still the cobblestone and whatever, but they were smoother, a little bit laid, a little bit.
Yeah, that one was.
It was definitely rough.
Yeah.
Rough to walk on even. So anyway, and then we visited the Portón de Campo, once the city's main gate. That is built in 1745, and with the stone gate and surrounding wall, and then it has this big wood bridge, drawbridge, that make up the Bastion de San Miguel. This is one of the city's most visited sites.
Yeah.
And it was crowded. I mean, like all the buses, I think that's kind of where they dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of come in and drop you real close to that.
Yeah, so the little tourist groups came in from there. Anyway, and then we continued to walk through. We visited the lighthouse that was there. That was built in 1857.
Yeah.
And that lighthouse sits amid the ruins of San Francisco Javier. The Colonial Lighthouse does offer tours if you want to go up the lighthouse. There is a fee. I don't know what the fee is. We weren't able to do the lighthouse that day. It was closed.
Yeah.
And so be sure you check the hours, because I think it was only closed for a while. Like maybe they closed for lunch or something.
They went to go grab lunch or whatever.
We're not sure, because we did see people up earlier in the day when we were there. And then later when we went to go, it was closed.
Yeah.
So there is 100 steps to go up. And I guess from what we saw online, it's really a steep, windy staircase. So, and I think there's an age limitation as well too. I think it says you can't be under 8 to go up there. So make sure you check all that online. We'll try to look it up and put a link if we find detailed information on it.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we went down to the waterfront. We walked all down along the waterfront there. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, we had lots of sailboats and...
Yeah, we were just walking along, and then we kind of came across a park.
Yeah, really pretty
And it
park.
had some sculptures in the park and stuff like that. And it looked like it was some kind of old factory, because it had that big smokestack there.
Yeah.
But I never could figure out what it actually was.
Yeah, we never found the name of the park or what it was, and we even looked for it online to see if we could find it, and we couldn't.
Yeah.
But when we were in there, we also stumbled across a museum.
Yeah, there was an art museum in the same building,
Park.
I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, if you walk along the water and you just kind of stay along the coastal side, and you'll go through a little edge of town, and you'll stumble across this little park.
Yeah, and you can't miss the big smokestack.
Yeah, it's a big brick smokestack. So if somebody knows what that is, please write it below, because we did some searching trying to figure out what that was, and we just couldn't find anything on it. So anyway, we spent just one day there and really explored all the old architecture, and we stopped at this little place called Paella de Mariscas, and that was such a nice little refreshing break, because it was a really hot day when we were there.
Yeah.
And we I think it was close to 90 that day, and we were like, I was melting. I told Gina, I can't go anymore. So we had to take a stop. And we got into this little cafe, and it was so cute. It had a balcony with the outdoor, and then it had indoor, and they had fans and stuff going, so it made it nice. But they had these big open windows with the big shutters on them. I mean, very old historical building.
Yeah.
And then we got in there, and I had the best pina colada I've ever had. It was so good and refreshing, and it wasn't thick. It was like most pina coladas are kind of thicker. This one was like more like not blended, but more like shaken, and it was just such a good, refreshing drink. And then we had a little snack of what is that, caprese? We had like they called it a caprese salad, but really it was just caprese, and it was very good and refreshing for a nice little snack. So we took a break, and we recommend that place because it was a nice break for us. And I'm sure there's other places.
That one is actually in the old town itself.
Yeah. So, and then if you walk up and down the main street in Colonia del Sacramento, there are a ton of places to eat. There's lots of little shops and little boutiques and just stuff, you know, to spend your time shopping. We just had the day, and really it was a short day. I mean, because by the time we got there, it was 11, and we had to be back to the bus before 6. So,
but,
you know.
I don't really know that we really missed anything, though, when we were there.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we trucked pretty hard. We hit the ground running.
There was like a bullfighting ring or something like that. But we didn't see that, but just strolling around the town, it's pretty small. You can get around real easy. Yeah. They have all these old cars that are
like a golf cart, but they're decked out.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are just sitting there that they kind of turned into flower pots.
Oh yeah, the old car flower pots. Those were kind of cool. They're sitting all over town.
Yeah.
And they're very photogenic. I mean, you know, get your picture taken by it or whatever.
Yeah.
But the little old cars I was thinking of when he said old cars, they have these little golf carts that are all fixed up really like an old antique car. And you can,
like maybe 20s.
Yeah.
Something like
and you
that.
can rent one of those. And putter around town, and we thought
people driving around in them.
We thought, oh, if we were here longer, we would have rented one of those and just puttered around because it looked fun. And then there is bike rentals to electric bikes and stuff like that. And I don't think I would do that because the cobblestone roads, we watched people riding on those.
Yeah,
and
it didn't
look comfortable, and it looked hard. I mean, trying to get, because the cobblestones, they are, like I said, there's some roads that were normal like
it's
this.
It's almost like walking on a rocky beach.
Yeah, well,
where the rocks don't move, though. They're in. But.
There was some tough roads to just walk on, so I couldn't imagine taking a bicycle. And I watched one girl riding her bicycle and trying to go through these rocks, and she ended up getting off and pushing the bike. So I just don't think bicycling in that, unless you're on electric, an e-bike, you know.
Even that,
that would be kind of rough.
I think it would be a little difficult to ride on those.
But anyway, it is an option.
But if you get out of the old city and stuff like that, then you can ride around the main town and stuff like that. So
it's just the old town part. It's just the historic, you know, part that's where we spent the primary part of our day. So we only did a little bit of, we kind of walked along the beach there and then walked to that other park. But anyway, so that was our time in Uruguay. We absolutely loved it. We apologize to any Uruguayan that if we said names wrong or words wrong or
got your history a
little messed up. We apologize because we tried really hard to do the research, to know the history, and to get dates correct, and the pronunciations are hard for us because we are just learning Spanish. We started this trip about 3 weeks ago, and we have been trying to do Duolingo and talking to people, and I have to say people have been very helpful in trying to help us with our Spanish and our pronunciations. We ask, are we saying this correctly?
I can say for me, I'm just not getting it.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble. I could communicate. I managed to get around and
Well, there's that Google Translate again. Thank God for that. Because
I don't really talk to people, but a lot of pointing and motioning, it seems to get you by. So
so again, we do apologize if we're slaughtering words and places, but anyway, we have enjoyed our time in Uruguay. We absolutely highly recommend a visit here. If you're got more than a week, if you have more than a week or whatever, take more than a week, because really we kind of brushed the surface of what there is to see, and we only got the two cities in Montevideo and Colonia del Sacramento, and I'm sure there's a lot more to see and a lot more to Uruguay than what we saw.
Yeah, because even just traveling on the bus, you kind of go from the city and then you're out through, you see farmland.
Yeah, we saw cows and horses and all kinds of stuff traveling across. So anyway, well, that is it for this time. Our next stop, we're heading up to Iguazu Falls.
Yes.
And we'll be doing both sides, the Argentinian side and the Brazilian side. So we look forward to sharing that video with you in about a week to 10 days. So we'll see you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.